Hello, I want to talk to you about who makes the hiring decision. When you interview for a job, you might talk to lots of different people, but it's really important throughout the hiring and the interview process that you understand who makes the decisions. And there are a number of people who will make the decision on whether you fit into the team or whether you are going to be hired or not. The key thing is to remember, companies don't really hire people. People hire people. So someone is going to make a decision as to whether they're going to hire you or not. And that has responsibilities and career repercussions. If somebody recommends you and they hire you and you bomb or don't work out, that person has a responsibility and will be looked down on and be given less credibility in the company. It'll be a mark against them. So hiring is a very important decision for a company, and that's why normally there are many different people in the hiring process. One person's going to have the key responsibility, and that is the person who's you're going to work for, the person who makes the hiring decision. Yes, I want this person on my team. That person's going to report to me or report to a subordinate of mine or form part of the team that's going to carry out my responsibilities. So that's called your hiring manager. And that is whoever will hire you is generally runs the department or is responsible for your area. He or she is the most important person, and you really have to resonate. And that person is looking for things like, will you fit into the company? Are you a fit with our culture? Are you going to be fun to work with? Are you going to be pleasant to have around? Do I want to feel that you got my back and you're going to make me more successful? So those are things that the hiring manager is really responsible for. So that's the person who's going to hire you. That person also has influencers. Your future boss has people who influence him or her, and that could be his boss. It could be the president of the company. You might find a recommendation to the president of the company, and he sends your resume down to your department, say, hey, this guy looks interesting, hire him. It could be other members of the team. Generally, when you interview for a job, you don't interview with one person. You're going to talk to your boss and maybe 3 or 4 people who would be co-workers of yours. So other team members are going to use those same criteria. Is this person going to fit in the team? Is they trustworthy? Are they likable? Do they fit our corporate culture? So other people who are on the team are also going to be responsible. The HR team is very important. So you're going to have a basic recruiter who's going to talk to you. You might have a VP of human resources or a senior person who's going to sit in during the end of the interviews. There may be a number of different people. There's going to be people within the company that you don't even know are important. When you interview for a job, it's really important that you are polite and conscientious and gracious to everybody you meet, starting at the parking lot or on the way into the company. Receptionists, secretaries, executive assistants often have the ear of the decision maker, and if you're rude or not thoughtful, or if you are very polite and inquisitive and gracious and charming to the support people in the department, that can help a lot in influencing a positive decision. Another group of people who will be responsible for the hiring decision are people that support you. That is your mentors. That can be the people who represent you to the company instead of internal. That is where mentors come in. That's why you want to have a bunch of mentors who are very well connected in the industry, well thought of, with a good reputation. It could be third parties like the press, if you are written about or there's favorable publicity. You could have independent support. There's social proof, which is people who give you testimonials like on LinkedIn or recommend you on LinkedIn. So there's a lot of different people who are important in the hiring decision, people who you know in the company. So one of the things you do when you go to interview with a company, you look up that company in LinkedIn, you see if you have any first connections, you contact those people and say, hey, I'm excited, I want to work for XYZ, your company. Can you forward my resume to the hiring department, the hiring manager, whoever that is, and the human resources department? Half of all hiring decisions are made because of a personal recommendation from somebody in the company. There are even companies that offer cash incentives for referring top-notch employees. One of the companies I worked for gave you $1,000 bonus at the end of a year of employment of somebody that you brought in and recommended to the company. So they were sending their employees out looking for team members. So it's really important that you leverage all of your different touch points to impact the many different people who are going to impact the hiring decision as to whether they're going to hire you or not. And remember, everybody that you meet counts in an interview. Everybody that you meet has an influence of some kind. And so be your gracious self, be thoughtful and kind, and it will pay off in spades, and it will give you a better chance of getting hired for that wonderful dream job that you have if you really understand the many different people who are part of the decision making to hire you for that dream job. This is Diane Huth, the Accidental Career Coach, and this has been another simple secret to career success.